still within his grasp. Tornado Trap at the worst possible moment grabs all the loons and sends them twirling toward their...
This is something to take a look. And now we have Tryhard coming in, and it's keep going with those anti-2-star ring bases on the SpaceStation side. Now it's all about Tryhard to showcase that he can actually take those down, Woody.
You saw the stats up there on the screen right before the match began. Both of these teams have got an average of 13 stars through the pre-qualifiers today and walloping bases left and right with an average destruction in the mid to high 90s. But I think that the thing that you pointed out about defense and base construction is really what's going to separate MCES from SpaceStation in this match. SpaceStation just got a perfect war against them from alternate attacks, and that really suggests to me that their base building is not going to hold up against MCES. Tryhard, the first attacker here, is going to get an easy target against that Eagle artillery. The fact that he's going up against a base with a town hall so highly insulated in the middle often means that a lot of really key defenses are going to be on that exterior, easier to grab. We saw this base yesterday with a long haul march from the bottom right to the top left that ended when it ran into multi-target infernos. Is that going to be the same story with this next attack by Tryhard?
That is a really good question, but take a look at this ramp. This ramp is supposed to take down the town hall, so the Lalo has not to worry about the town hall anymore, and this so far is looking incredible. This the ram, I'm out of words. We are really barely seeing this siege machine at all, and we can see it's going down really quickly. So now it's all about taking down the town hall, but so far the goblins are going for the Dark Elixir storage. The town hall needs to go down. Now he's freezing things up. The Sinky goblins are going for the town hall, but there's the NATO trap. He's raging it up. And with this, the town hall's going down. That was super important. Now the Lalo is getting started on the right side. We can see the reactions of Tryhard. He was kind of like shaking his head when the town hall was in danger. With that rage, everything is working as planned, I think. And now the Lalo is starting to overwhelm the back end of this base. It's 3 multi-inferno towers, but at the same time, it's 4 ground exposed. They're pretty much useless against air troops, Woody.
This is not going ideally, but all the big boxes are being checked off by Tryhard right now. He did get a CC pulled, so he's having to deal with a few archers trying to pop these balloons, but overall, I think that this attack is going just according to plan, really. He's walloping all the remaining defenses, and there's nothing left to stop these balloons now. Just a few CC troops kind of wandering around on the sides, but they are now gone and out of there. Tryhard with a big smile on his mouth as the 3-star is secured. Agent 33's base has finally been tripled, and MCES will start off with a great beginning to this war.
Wow, and what an attack. Incredible creative, and that's exactly what we want to see from MCS. That is their win condition, if you want to say it like this. Their creativity they were like one of the most creative teams in this competition, and just this ram entry was incredible. Really nicely done by Tryhard. Now it's all about the answer of SpaceStation. Can they keep going? They just had the defeat against Alternate, and they need to get back into this match now, keep their heads high. They're the #1 seed, and let's hope that they're getting into this match fresh, and we're seeing anti-3-star bases. So let's see if Agent and SpaceStation can deal with those. We just saw that those anti-3-star bases of Alternate gave them some huge problems. Now it's all about Agent with his crazy drag bat starting off against the base of Arium.
A wacky start here. We've got Sui Heroes in the top just doing some funneling work here. Unicorn trying to keep this Archer Queen up as long as she can, but I don't see any really key targets for them to go after. Just trying to get some damage done on the exterior base so that the funneling can be finished up for the main stage of this Dragon Bat army. They need to go fast, and that's not something that's very easy for them to accomplish. That one rage spell, all that Agent 33 brought to help those dragons along. Instead, it's going to be those bats on the backside trying to finish off wizard towers and get them frozen up so that splash damage doesn't take out the biggest support structure for this army.
Yeah, but now the town hall is not going down. I'm really sure that he wants to take down the town hall. He invested so many spells as well to take it down. Now it's all about the Royal Gem and taking out those 2 multi-inferno towers. But there's some more Tesla with a skeleton trap. And now this will take some time to take those out, and the dragons have not started yet. The clan castle is getting lured as well, just a little bit. And those are, yeah, it's not the nicest to have like a split CC like this, because the archers are pretty annoying to deal with. Now the invisibility spell, can you take down the multiplier? That would be huge for the bats on the back end, but the builders are trying everything to repair the Inferno Tower, but it's not enough. And now those supermins are coming out. Are huge for those dragons, because they cannot that easily access to them. We can see already the first dragon going down with it.
This is a pretty risky deploy. He's already spent his the main force of his attack, and he sends the battle blimp in the back corner. That will beeline straight for the town hall, so he should have a pretty reliable shot there. Uses that Eternal Tome right before that blimp gets out of range, and so it is going to pass all the way right on top. But just as you mentioned earlier, those builder huts right there in the core of the base are going to help try to heal up anything that gets anywhere close. Drops the free spell to try to get these balloons on target, but they're being tornadoed away, and most of the balloons are going to pass toward the builder hut. A dragon, thankfully, the last attacker for that army, manages to get the town hall down and avoid absolute disaster, but 3 stars is nowhere near Agent 33's sights.
Yeah, and now the bats as well. He's trying to split them, so the wizard tower and the scatter shot have no clue where to shoot at. And this so far is working okay-ish, I would say. Just trying to get some more percentages, the minions on the outside. But this attack did not go as planned at all. Like I said, the town hall was supposed to go down with that queen, but those Tesla really surprised him and made sure that this town hall was not going down, at least not with a fight. Now we have around about 83% for Agent, and this is definitely not a percent where you would like to start at, because obviously, like, you just lost to Alten with like getting 15 stars on defense, and now you need a good start into the next match, and this is the result pretty much. So I hope that they can just like keep concentrating and knowing that they are really strong and have the chance of taking down MCES. But for MCES right now, everything is going as planned. We can see the post stats yet again with the drag bat. Even though he has a 71% hit rate over the pre-qualifier, he was not able to showcase this in this match, sadly, Woody.
Yeah, that pre-qualifier hit rate is an important stat to keep in mind, but also you got to remember they were going up against other clans that didn't qualify for the World Championship. I'd say that the skill cap for this game is so high through the roof that when you get to the final 6 in the world, you will start to see base designs that just make no sense for a standard attack that really require extraordinary creativity to be able to crack through. And so regardless, you may have a 71, 75% hit rate in the pre-qualifier, but if you don't have what it takes to get the triples when they matter most, out of those 5 attacks, that's just no room for error, Itsu.
Yeah, I agree, and we saw just a super risky blimp taking down the clan castle and an inferno tower in the second row, which is giving the queen the power to just walk alongside and make sure that he can enter with this smash at the bottom of this base. He has the one jump spell, he has the 2 more super wall breakers. Now just dealing with that annoying clan castle, which already Judah and Corbin talked about, the ice golem and the lava hound, which delays this queen just so much. But finally, after 1 minute, the clan castle is been taken down, the defending clan castle. Now it's all about the smash getting added to this queen. The first wall break is coming in, the king is getting added at the bottom side. And now, well, now it's all about how good those P.E.K.K.A can actually make it into that town hall, and if they can avoid the town hall poison for as long as possible, Woody.
Yeah, this is a really terrifying murder ball being sent in the bottom corner here. We've got P.E.K.K.As and Super Wizards aplenty. Healer's trying to keep this Archer Queen topped off, and she looks pretty healthy to me. Jump over into the center compartment now, and that is where most of the damage is going to start getting dished out. Multiple Inferno Towers and a King Inferno firing away, doing a lot of damage, forcing out that freeze. He's got 2 more left, but that is a ton of damage that his forces are taking right now, and Kingston is losing a lot of that centralized damage. Instead, he's going to be looping out onto the outside with that Barbarian King and a couple of P.E.K.K.As to try to get the rest of the space down. Meanwhile, midfield, we still have an Archer Queen firing away, distracted now by Skeleton Army, or Skeleton Balloons rather, but another free spell, the last little bit of oomph to try to get these troops to dish out the remaining damage necessary to get that triple. The center of this space is still holding, but not for long. Can a triple be pulled off here, Itsu?
Oh, that's so close. The Headhunter just died off, and this means the King has the power to take down the Royal Champion if this is going the worst case for Kingsman. And this Royal Champ had to survive because time is ticking. Time is ticking non-stop. Minions are getting added 30 seconds at this point. The Warden is switching over to the Queen. And now they have to get through this one wall, and then it's 25 seconds left. The cannon on the left went down, and now the minions are trying their best to take down this topside cannon. It's 18 seconds. It can't get closer than this. We have 16 more seconds. The Queen is taking down the next defense, which is the mortar. The cannon has been taken down as well. Now everything is working towards each other, and this really should be a 3-star. Oh my goodness, this was not looking good in the middle, but he saved this on the back end with amazing spell placement. Really nicely done, a really risky blimp, but it paid off. And this means MCES is 2 out of 2 in this crazy match against SpaceStation.
Kingsmen, claim your crown. 3 stars with a P.E.K.K.A. smash strat that went the distance. A 2-minute and 53-second attack that was a little bit tricky there at the end, but the plan worked just perfectly, and that'll keep MCES on that path to perfection. SpaceStation forced to retaliate with a triple of their own, else they fall so far behind that it would become nearly impossible to make a comeback without some sort of miracle. Nick is going to be the man tasked with this effort. Coming in next with Sui Lalo. Big aerial assault to start things off. And he's getting his hero set up already in the bottom corner for an easy stab at an exposed town hall. What are the defensive features of this base that are really standing out to you, Itsu?
I think the key thing right now is that the clan castle is just so far away from the town hall, which means it's a really easy push for those heroes into the town hall. We always say that the most important defense against heroes is the clan castle, or those defending clan castle troops. And if there's like a lava hound and ice golem in there, it takes so long for those heroes to deal with them. And that's why they're so strong. But now he found the Tesla farm already nice and early, taking down the enemy Royal Champion with this Headhunter and with his own Royal Champion. This is looking really, really good as an entry point, so he can get started with this Lalo into the Eagle. I think that's going to be the goal. The Queen is still alive. Still getting healed up by this Unicorn, and he's getting a couple of builder huts for free. And this King is like saying hello to the Royal Champion and then walking away again. And well, this means the Expo is going down as well.
Yeah, Tryhard is going to give it away now. A lot of easy damage dealt already before the main phase of the attack has begun, and I don't know if he was baiting out that hit early on or what, but it seems like Nick is looking pretty confident with the remainder of this base now getting demolished. Balloons spread out, taking out some key targets there with the Eagle going down, now pulling out the CC, but Poison Spell is on point to finish those off. Grand Warden is really well insulated back behind these balloons, and free spells are going off pretty rapidly to keep them safe. Stone Slammer now the last big push to try to get to the backside of this base. Still holding on to a couple of Headhunters, watching that enemy Archer Queen. Needs to get them in fast, or else those balloons are going to go pop, pop down, Itsu.
Yeah, that's right. The Slammer is still alive, so there's most likely a Dragon in there, so maybe he has some more chance to take down the Queen. But all of the lava pups, take a look, there's so many pups taking down the Queen, and he has 45 seconds left at this point, and this is looking pretty good, even though I do not want to say this because yesterday it did not work out that great. But hey, I think this looks pretty promising, Nick. I'm really sorry for yesterday. But, well,
the hit rate on your predictions is still above 90%, so I wouldn't hold it against you.
Yeah, that's good, and I think this one is the right prediction with calling it out a 3-star. 20 more seconds, even though the King is trying to run away a little bit longer. I don't think that this is going to be a defense. Nick has crushed it with his hero push at the bottom side, and this means SpaceStation is back in game. And, well, let's take a replay. Let's take a look yet again at this hero entry. It was incredible, and at the end, I don't know where all of those pups were coming from, but somehow they appeared and took down the Queen in like just a second, and this secured Nick a really nicely planned 3-star.
Plenty of time left. Good stab out at the bottom. Good use of resources. Didn't need to invest anything into healers. Instead, just putting all of his army space into the biggest Laloon parade that we might have seen so far in the tournament, and he's rewarded with that 3-star. SpaceStation Gaming still behind in the war overall, down a star to an MCES squad that hasn't slipped up yet. And I wouldn't count on Cynthia being the one to derail this perfect war effort. He's been coming in with some Ice Hound Lalo action. No healers this time around, but I'm seeing 3 skeleton spells. So what is his target here? It's right in the core on the CC. Drops the invisibility to get that donut.
Don't misdrop it.
Chunk.
Yesterday he misdropped the last invisibility spell, but this time everything stays like invisible for the skeletons, and this means they're taking down 2 scatters. The clan cast. This is incredible, and Sinti's just keep doing it. Like he just keep doing it. He says like, okay, yesterday it didn't work out. I will just keep going for it, because that's like, this is so impressive to me. Like, if I would attack obviously one of those matches, like my hands would be shaking, and he's like, yeah, no problem guys, I got this, dropping the invisibility spells like it's nothing. Really nicely done. And this value of the World Champion, like, it's already looking really good for the attacker of MCES.
Brilliant value, and that really shows the peril in posting multiple scatter shots that close together. A lot of times we see them spread out in bases, and maybe Nick was trying to bait in something like that, but Cynthia was going to have no slip-ups this time. Like you mentioned, it's to learn from what happened yesterday and came back swinging again. There was nothing wrong with the plan. It was just a little bit of a flaw in execution yesterday, but no flaws today. When we are in the semifinals, we mean business. Cynthia's got his heroes now on a path toward the core, getting lots of great damage on the exterior, not committing to that push by any means, and now refocus onto the left side where he's going to get the main stage of this Lalo push built up. Enemy Archer Queen's focusing in, and that's going to trigger out a couple of headhunters from Cynthia to help finish her off. But there's not a whole lot to worry about. Really, just that Eagle Artillery is the last main defense. That alongside that Town Hall Giga Inferno in the core, it's going down quick.
Yeah, it's looking really good, but the Nado Trap in the core might have... Oh no, the Sneaky Goblins got it, but this one bomb tower at the bottom side was messing up the pathing just a bit. But he has so many space, like it left another haze, another freeze. This base, like this base is crushed. I mean, he could have just tripled the base yet again, to be honest, with like what is left in this. Like, it is insane. This value with the Skelly Donut just in the beginning, just using those spells to take down the 2 key defenders of Town Hall 13 and even the clan caster itself, that was impressive. And MCS just keep going, and it seems like that the teams prepared. The teams prepared for SpaceStation. They used already those anti-2-star bases in the pre-qualifier, and at this point it seems like MCS and all of the other teams have adapted and have tried and practiced against those bases, and we can see that so far. I mean, so far of the today of this day, basically, I think the bases of SpaceStation are 8 out of 8 as 3 stars, and this is obviously not the statistic which you would like to see as base builder.
MCES on a perfect 3-for-3 tic-tac-toe to start this war off, and SpaceStation is running as fast as they can just to stay in the same place. They'll need another 3-star to just hold on to their lives against this French squadron flying overhead and dropping the big bomb. I swear, man, if it were possible to get 4 stars, Cynthia would have gotten the 4th one with that last attack. But Marina will be the next one to move in now. Getting a little bit of a warden walk, starting off on the bottom corner here. It goes slow, and something that Marino has had trouble with is time in the past. So we'll be keeping a close eye on how quickly he can get the main stage of this P.E.K.K.A. Smash army set up into.
Yeah, like the idea is yet again just to blind that Town Hall. And he's starting with the funnel from the bottom right, because I think he was scared of the Tesla farm on the left, because I think that he's going to enter into the king and into the queen on the left side of your screen, because it just makes sense, like blimp pathing wise, in combination with that warden watch. So as soon as the warden, defending warden's going down, yep, he's luring over his attacking warden, and as I said, he's going to enter into that king and queen compartment to blimp that Town Hall and make sure that he's not having any problem with that. Really nice ice going, just to make sure that the enemy queen and enemy king is not taking too much, like not dealing too much damage. Now there's the jump. Now let's wait for that blimp flying across and hopefully taking down that Town Hall Woody.
Jump placement is great for the longer range troops in this army comp. Going to give you a lot of opportunity to snipe away a big chunk of that central area, but there's a lot of smaller sections of the base up on top, additional compartments that he's not going to have access to. Needs to power straight through those and find the perfect placement for that last jump spell that he's brought. There it is. It's going to be right into that top compartment. Blimp makes it all the way to the town hall, and even though it's been tornadoed around a little bit, it has plenty of health to finish the journey. And boom goes the dynamite, drops the payload, and that is going to be the second star claimed by Marinol. Looks like a third is just going to be a matter of time. Can he keep this thing going?
Yeah, it looks so far really good. As long as the queen is staying alive, he's making her invisible just to let her like survive this Expo power on the back end. Royal Champ is coming in as well. This so far is looking really good. The only problem, yet again, you said it in the beginning, is time. The Royal Champion has to power through the cleanup. Wizards already placed, but it's still 34 seconds, and this is not a lot of time. Royal Champion ability has to be used really soon, most likely after the air defense. Oh, no, he's too late. No, there it is, as I said, and now he has to power through one arch tower, a cannon, and a couple of mortars. Those are not too powerful, so it's all about the time. And this is 15 seconds, Woody.
Lassie, the MVP pup, hopping over walls, doing her best to help out that Royal Champion, but
no,
oh man, a Skelly Trap, another late distraction, might be the savior of the space. No. 2 seconds left. The Royal Champion throws the last spear, and it's in. Marinol, by the skin of his teeth, gets that 3-star after all. SpaceStation Gaming will live to fight another day.
That was so clutch. The last spear was flying and hitting that Dark Elixir storage. That was incredible. Just making sure that this time around time is not an issue. Power, wow, that power of the push was huge, and making sure that everything is staying alive. Really nicely done of Marinol. And well, I mean, it was like maybe more like 3 minutes, to be honest, not 2 minutes like 59. It was like, that was incredible close. Really nicely done. And now we have yet again MCES with Remy O. And they're sticking to their Lalo. And this time around, they're just zapping a ton of expos right there. A ton of Inferno Towers.
This war is heating up to a fever pitch, Itsu. It is all about these last 2 attacks for both squads. Elimination is on the line. And not even just that, if you win this war, you are guaranteed a minimum of the silver ticket. MCES and SpaceStation know the stakes. They know what they have to do. But do they have the power to do it? Remio with the La Lune strike. It's an excellent hit into the mid, but the CC is still standing, Itsu.
Yeah, the clan castle is still standing, but the clan castle troops got lured over to the left side, and that is the important thing about like this clan, like this blimp. That was one of the main objectives of that blimp, taking down or like luring over more like the clan castle. And well, at the top we have the king slowly walking in. The queen is going to push inside this base as well. Yesterday, I think this base is a reuse of yesterday. Was defending incredibly nice. Now the queen and the king are pushing in. And well, I think with the next wall break, he wants to enter into that warden compartment. That's what it looks like. Just to make sure that he has access to the queen, to the Royal Champion, and even the town hall. Let's see if everything is going as planned.
Moving into the mid, slowly marching. Time is not on Remio's side. Less than half of the attack time left, and this queen charge is just doing its best. The Sui stab right into the heart to try to make it to that town hall, but he hasn't made it there yet. Fingers crossed, he's just gonna hope that she does what she does best. Walks straight on and pops the ability. There it goes. One last hit, and the first star is claimed. Easy mode from here on out. He's got all of the troops deployed, and he just has to have perfect execution on those remaining spells. His fingers crossed as he scans around the screen trying to detect any future threats. Hey, spells are out. Loons are on target. Boom! Another wizard tower goes down. Boom! The archer tower's finished off. The last line of defense and air defense over on the right side. The corner is annihilated. 38 seconds for cleanup. The pumps are doing their best as they fan out, but can they get the damage high enough, Itsu?
This is so close, especially yet again with that time. It's 25 seconds left. The loons are closing in the last defense, which can target air troops, is going down. But you said it in the beginning, the clan castle is still staying, and that might be the last building now for this base. The last building now, which has to go down to get the 3-star. The pups are everything is on the king. Now the warden has switched over. The clan castle needs to go down. Everything is arriving, and now the red mines are coming in. But this is going to be a 3-star no matter what. And MCES are still going perfect in this match. This match is just incredible. And SpaceStation they have just to keep going because MCES is putting so much pressure on them. And well, this match so far is looking pretty impressive from both sides, to be honest.
Alternate Attacks throwing up the perfect war, and MCES are not ones to back away from that challenge. With 4 triples so far, they are just 1 away from going toe-to-toe with the top dogs. SpaceStation will need back-to-back triples and an amazing defense in their next one to stay alive. Lexnos, can you deliver?
We can see Lex on that right side concentrating on that hit, and he has done amazingly with this Zap Lalo strategy for him in the tournament. Starting off with taking out the core yet again, and then a hero push for that tower. This was the way to success so far for him in this tournament. Ice going in as well. Then he's going to use his king, most likely to take down the multi-fern tower, and then maybe even the Royal Champion just to take down the scatter a little bit further behind on the right side. That's exactly what he is doing. The king is pushing in. The queen has to take down the town. King ability is getting used. The clan castle could be taken out soon. There's the headhunter coming in as well to take down the enemy queen. And now the clan castle is coming out. There's actually another super minion clan castle in there. MCES they expected to get hit yet again by Dragbat because this clan castle is pretty nice against that. Now the Royal ability is not going off because the headhunters have slowed them down just so much. Now the poison, and this slammer should be taken down by this scatter should be taken down by the slammer. And now finally Delano is darting into that eagle, and this support is looking pretty promising, Woody.
Bit of an awkward spend on those defensive CC troops, and Lexnos' poison might not be enough to finish off the super minion. I don't know, there it goes. Okay, after all, it's still on track. Stone Slammer out on its own, finding any defenses it can and dropping the big bomb. Builder Hut's firing away at it, and it's about to send in the last little bit of troops to get some more oomph in there. Balloons and a dragon in the bottom corner, but take a look at the main phase of the attack in the top, ignoring a tornado trap and speeding on through with haste spells aplenty. Lexnos passes the 73% mark and has plenty of time for the cleanup. He has got lots of troops, and this looks like a guaranteed 3-star to me. Is there anything that I'm missing? I do see a lot of buildings left down in that bottom compartment. The Teslas might be a problem after all. What do you think?
As you said, there were a ton of red mines coming up and getting rid of all of those loons. And I feel like at this time, it's 1-to-1 when it comes down to jinxing, because this attack is going to be a defense, it looks like. Or is he able to push it through with the owl and the warden? Maybe he can overpower the backhand, but so far it looks like a defense. He is already saying, no, this won't be enough on the right side. We can see his reaction on the face cam on the right side. This is going to be a defense for MCES, and this is already maybe even the final decision for this match. It seems like MCES so far were showing no mercy whatsoever, and SpaceStation so far already with 2 non-3-star attacks. So as long as MCES is getting this 2-star, they're looking really good in this match, Woody.
Look, I got it in my heart. I wanted to see that epic showdown go to the very end, but unfortunately for SpaceStation and Lexnos, left with another heart-wrenching 2-star in the 90s of percentage. Just so close to the finish line, and yet so far. Horseshoes and hand grenades, you can come close, but close ain't good enough when the 3 stars are being laid down endlessly, back to back to back, by the French. And here we go, the Grand Marshal himself, Ariam, ready to lead the victorious charge across this battlefield. All that is necessary to advance to the grand finals will be a 2-star, and that is short order for a master himself, bringing in that Laloon strike. An early hit right into the core of the base with those invisibility spells as well, zapping through nearly everything in sight. A ton of value with that early hit, Itsu.
Wow, like I already I don't want to jinx it this early, but to be honest, like where's the base? I mean, the town is down. I think he looted most of the clan cast out as well. The Eagle, Inferno Tower, Scatter Shot. This is just incredible value so far for Area. And well, he has another wall break to get his push into that Queen compartment and get even the second Scatter Shot out of the way. And this so far is looking really, really strong. The King, though, has to walk inside, and that's exactly what he's doing. The Royal Champion is coming in as well, taking out the Tesla Farm. So the Tesla Farm is like not to worry about anymore at this point. Queen, though, needs to be taken down. So far, the skeletons are protecting that Queen. And now finally, Queen is going down with that Royal Champion. He needs to take down the Scatter. That was one of the main objectives for Royal Champion ability, to push everything even further in there. And well, not too much left. He has 2 more Hounds, a ton of Balloons, and a ton of space as well. With that Warden still not even deployed yet, Woody, this is looking really damn good.
You saw a little bit of a late free spell there in the choice not to use any headhunters against that Archer Queen. That really signals to me that Arium knows that he's got a lot of work to do on the back end, wasn't trying to overcommit resources early on if he could avoid doing so. Archer Queen on his own side is still trying to power through, and with Balloons coming out in front to shield her, she just might be able to survive and assist with the cleanup now. Eternal Tone protects them as they make their way straight toward these multi-Infernos. All the Infernos are gone now. No more scatter shots left in sight. The Eagle has been denied. Just hope that there's no air bomb hiding on the backside of this base. And I don't want to jinx it either again, but it looks like a triple is within the cards for Area.
Yeah, I feel like this is the second complete overkill already for MCES, where this army composition could have just tripled the next base as well. The Royal Champion is trying her best, like, hey guys, I'm still here. I'm trying to help. But this is not going to be enough. The swag at the end. And this is the second perfect war for the teams against SpaceStation back to back. And yeah, they did amazing with their legend style bases in the pre-qualifier, but it seems like that all of those teams in here prepare against this style of base building. And well, they're showcasing this now perfectly. And I think with this decision already set, we have an amazing final with MCES and alternate. MCES and alternate, but there's one attack left of SpaceStation, and that one is going to come up in just a couple of seconds, Woody.
Here it comes, the main story from this semis match. Certainly the perfect war from MCES, sending a message to their future foes. The reigning world champs alternate attacks will be going up against vice world champions MCES in a few short moments, but let's not give short shrift to the final attacker now for SpaceStation Gaming, a team that put up 10 stars in their first 4 strikes. Very good by any objective measure, but just not enough to keep pace with the French squad. Can Goreticus get us another triple so that they can march out and excited for the next opportunity? That'll put them up to 13 total, potentially with this Laloon strike, Itsu.
Yeah, and this is looking really promising, the entry. Having great access and great value already. Now the connection wall break to get into the scatter shot compartment. There it goes. And then we have the King and the Queen pushing slowly. And the Golem is still tanking. Like those Golems are just so tanky, especially if there are no expos around. And well, the Golem is just keep going. And the Queen now is getting targeted by the expo, unfortunately. Now the Royal Champion is pushing everything even deeper inside the base. There's yet another super mini clan cast. I feel like MCES said, okay, SpaceStation is doing a lot of drag bed, so we're going to run those super mini clan casts, and that's the only reason why they're good. Like against most of the other strategies, this clan cast is not that strong anymore, but against dragons, it's a really good choice. And well, let's see if this Lado is going to work. He has nothing to lose anymore. The sweeper is spawning into the tower direction, so he can get started with the Lado from the right side and can say, hey, if there's going to be a 1-star, whatever, if it's going to be crushing 3-star, let's go and let's collect some momentum for the next qualifier. And the Lado so far, the entry is looking really good.
It does look good. He's popped one of his hounds already, though, and he might be losing a bit of tanking out in front. That's going to require perfect usage of these free spells, and the balloons are getting in there awfully slow. Last Haste is still in his rotation to be used, but he's got an easy hit over there on the Town Hall, and I say 3 stars is certainly still within his grasp. Tornado Trap at the worst possible moment grabs all the loons and sends them twirling toward their death. Multi-target Inferno and the Giga from the Town Hall have just roasty toasted that big aerial assault, and Goreticus will not have his hopes fulfilled.
Yeah, that NATO changed everything. Really great placement. It was not catching the blimp, but catching all of those loons, rotating it into the multi-inferno tower and into the red mines. And those red mines are just so deadly to those loons if there's no warden ability left anymore. He's picking up some more percentages, but this won't change the outcome of this match anymore. A really good approach. I mean, SpaceStation did a great job in those matches, and I think they surprised everyone. I think we can expect a lot from this team over the entirety of the year. And at the end, there's going to be 80, yeah, I guess 90%, maybe something like that. 2-star for Goreticus for the final attack in their qualifier run for the first qualifier. And yeah, this is going to be a 90% 2-star. MCES is going to win and is going to face Alternate in the finals, Woody.